Hi, it's Debbie from Create Pretty Things, Talk Pretty Things. How are you doing today? Today we're going to ink a little pillowcase using some bright white ink, if I can get the jar open. The wonders of live TV. Okay, so here's what I have. I have our cherry red pillowcase. This is available on my site. Comment the word stockings, S-T-O-C-K-I-N-G-S, if you want the supply list for today. So it's a beautiful cherry red pillowcase. It has a zipper at the top, and we're going to need to unzip it because we're going to need to insert our ink mat. This is the 17 by 17 inch ink mat, but if you only have a smaller one, I'm sure you could probably use that and move it around too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll up. This is sticky, and the purpose of this mat is to protect it from going through the fabric to the back. So I'm just going to open up my zipper, pop in my heat mat, not my heat mat, my ink mat, and I'm going to position it so that it protects the whole inside of my pillowcase. Now, since it's sticky, it will stay in place. So I'm just going to smooth it out, make sure it doesn't have any wrinkles, and this will help with the transfer to go on perfectly. Now, we're using ink today, and that's permanent. So you want to be a little careful about where you put it, and be careful that your hands are clean. But this is what it looks like right now, and that looks pretty good. Now, I know you're wondering, what transfer are we going to use? We're going to use this beautiful Merry Christmas with the stockings. It's a large one, guys. I'm going to open up my cellophane wrapper, and it has a sticky fluff on the end. I'm going to stick it inside, take out my transfer, and our transfers also are attached to a backer, and it's sticky on the back. So I'm going to take a look at my pillowcase, decide which side is front, which side is back, where my top is. So here's my pillow, my zipper, and how I want this to go, like this. So make sure that your fabric is attached to your sticky mat. Hey, have you guys seen the new Tiffany collection that just dropped this week? It is so cute. I'm waiting for mine to come in. There's a little transfer that has a bunch of trees on it. And I do have the green pillowcase that's just like this red one right here. And I want to use the trees on this one in white. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and peel off my transfer, separate it from its backer. And you just kind of have to roll it until you get a corner. And make sure you don't get it stuck to itself. Just do your best. If you do, you can separate it. And I'm going to lay it down flat on my pillowcase. I'm going to try to get it straight and even. And then I'm just going to go ahead and smooth it on, trying to get rid of any air bubbles that I may have. So you want it to stick to your fabric because there is silkscreen in this transfer. Wherever the silkscreen is, it's not going to stick to your fabric, but it will allow the ink to go through. Wherever it's teal, like around here, it's sticky, and that's going to provide a barrier which will stop that ink from passing through. So I'm just going to go ahead and rub over it, make sure it's all down without any air bubbles. And then I've got my white paste, ink. This is ink. This is the permanent format. I've got a squeegee. And this is just like a sour cream texture. I get some on my squeegee. And I'm just going to go ahead and rub this all over my transfer. I'm just letting it pass through. I'm going lightly. You don't have to use heavy pressure. Just go very lightly. And go to cover up all that silk screen area. And just cover it evenly. I do have some green here, and I was thinking about doing one stocking green. I wonder, I'm going to go ahead and do one green stocking. One green stocking just to make it different. And I think it's going to be this long one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put my green on just so I don't forget. I go crazy with the white and I forget easily. Now the ink is different from the paste in the fact that one, it's permanent. It still feels pretty much the same. It's a little I feel like it glides a little easier than the paste, but it also takes a little bit longer to dry, which is a good thing so you don't have to feel like you're rushed when you're working to do your project. I'm going to go ahead and make the whole rest of this with the white ink. Okay. I do have a fan on overhead. I think I'm going to turn that off. Whoops. And we'll finish up. Make sure you're spreading this equally, getting the edges of your letters. Don't leave anything out. And we'll see how this turns out. Now, when you use ink, it will be permanently embedded into your fabric when you heat set it. So to heat set it, you just run an iron over it without any moisture, or you use a Cricut Easy Press, which I have, but mine's lent out right now. So I don't have it with me, so I'll probably just go ahead and let this air dry and either wait for my Cricut Easy Press to come back or use my regular heat press. And when you heat press it, you do want to do both sides. So do one side, turn it inside out, and do the other side. And then once it's heat pressed, it's going to be permanent. Then you can stuff a pillow form in here. This is like a 17.5-inch pillowcase. And so I have an 18-inch pillow form. I believe it will fit in here, I'm hoping. If not, I think I got that one from Hobby Lobby, but I was looking online and I believe that Walmart may have the inserts for this. You may have to order it online though. Just check around in some of your craft stores for the inserts. It looks like I'm almost there. So now I want to go over it, remove any excess paste that I have, kind of smooth out my lines. Make it look pretty. Hey, have you guys heard anything about the Chalk Couture Club? It's our monthly DIY subscription that is about $26 a month, and it gives you one 8.5 by 11-inch surface each month to chalk on. A transfer, well, the surface isn't necessarily 8.5 by 11, the transfer is, but you get some type of a surface which is applicable to it, and some chalk or some ink paste. So you have everything you need to get started and complete a whole project, and it's really a lot of fun, guys. A lot of fun. Okay, so I've got this all chalked. I want to make sure, since the chalk is permanent, I don't have any ink on my hands that I would get in a place where I don't want it. And it does happen, guys. It does happen. Okay, so let's go ahead and peel this up. This is what it looks like once I've got it all chalked. And I'm going to go ahead and remove this slowly. And I'm going to kind of look at it as I go. Make sure I haven't missed anything. Can you see it so far? Wow, I love it, guys. Do you love it? What do you think of that green stocking? Is it kind of odd? Is it kind of out of place? I wanted something a little different. So there it is. Wow, I like it a lot, guys. Looks like I didn't have any mishaps. I'm gonna go ahead and set it right over here just for a second to dry. I wanna show you how to clean this transfer. So the transfer is cleaned up with water, and I do suggest getting a board eraser. I don't think I put it in the shopping cart. The shopping cart that I built for you is just a starting place for you to get started to build what you want to make. So I put in this shopping cart, this transfer, the pillowcase, a jar of the white ink. You might get away with a couple packets of ink instead. I just wasn't sure, and I figured I'd rather have too much than not enough. I don't want to run out in the middle of a project. So I put a full jar in there, and obviously you're not going to use the whole jar. But I've got, this is just sprayed with regular tap water. I'm going to go ahead and wipe it with a paper towel for my first or second pass over. It gets up a lot of that paste, and the sooner you start cleaning this, the easier it's going to be. So I've got my paper towel again. I'm going to wipe another layer of paste off. And these are reusable, guys, between 8 and 12 times. So make sure you clean them after every use so that paste does not reside in the transfer, in the silk screen, because that's what you want. That's where the paste goes through. And so you want that to be all cleaned out so it's ready to go for the next time you use this. Maybe you want to do this in dune instead of white. Maybe you want to do all green stockings or multicolored stockings. And you might want to put this on a white pillowcase and do multicolors. But these are reusable, so they're not one and done. You want to clean these up really, really well. The board eraser is amazing at getting in all the crevices. Now, it does go through to your surface down below through the silk screen. I like to clean up my surface in between. Which side was sticky and which side wasn't? This is the sticky side. So now I'm going to clean the sticky side. I'm going to spray once again with my plain water. Rinse out my board eraser. I just have like a water bath over here, kind of hanging out for cleaning purposes. And I'm going to go lightly on the sticky side because that's very important if we want it to stick again to another surface to reuse. So I'm going to go lightly over it. Get all that paste out of it. You can go different ways because, you know, it hides in all those little areas. But just clean it up really, really good. Once you think you've got it clean, you go ahead and use a paper towel. Wipe over it lightly. The paper towel will not stick while it's wet, but once it's dried, of course, it's going to stick again. Get off all those little, if you have any paste particles or dust bunnies flying around, when you clean it, those are going to come off. So now I'm going to put a sticky side down. I'm going to get one more paper towel and dry this side. I'm just trying to dry it up to get it ready to store it back on that backer that we saved from how it was shipped. I do see some paste right here. A little bit right there. Right there. And it might not be paste. It might be underneath my transfer. Oops. Yeah, it is under my transfer on the surface below. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my backer. I came off this backer and I'm going to apply it back to the white side. The backer has a yellow and a white side. I'm just going to go ahead and apply this so that I get it, the corners all matching, because we want to protect that sticky. We want to store it carefully because it is reusable. We want it to be like new when we use it again. So I've got it on there. Let's smooth it down. And I may want to go over it one more time with the paper towel. I usually let these air dry for a little bit before I put them back in the plastic sleeve it came in. But that's up to you. I just don't want it to get all moldy. But you would put it back in this plastic sleeve, and that's how I store them. Anyways, that's how you clean that transfer. Now, like I said, this needs to be heat set. Now, I can let it air dry for overnight, or I can use my dryer, my heat tool, to dry it a little bit. But if I'm going to do that, I want to, the mat underneath will warp if you heat it. So you either want to remove it or lift it. In this case, since I can't heat press it today anyway, I'm going to let it air dry and I'll press it tomorrow. But guys, look at this. You'll see it when I put the pillow in. It is so vibrant. That white on the red is beautiful. It's going to be a perfect accent for my couch. Bring the Christmas in, and I love it. I hope you love it too. Give it a heart. Feel free to share this video with anyone you think would love it. I hope you watch again soon. I'll be back on tomorrow, if not sooner. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys again later. And the keyword for the supply list is stockings. Thank you. Bye.